and absolutely going through it, then I will consider being pregnant for that man. But I don't think none of the guys I know, if I've dated, or none of my male friends.
He's looking at the paper like he's confused, so she said, yes, you are not the father. Built a bond with this child, right? And I had to suffer when I found out the baby was not mine.
Last week I was so broke that instead of getting an Uber to the airport, I had a random guy from Hinge drive me, and this year I have had chlamydia twice.
Because a lot of people think the man is wrong for walking away when it's actually the woman was wrong for having a child on the man.
Hey guys, welcome back to More to Life. Before I get into this video, I ask that you like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to be sure you get my videos as soon as I release them. Let's hop right into it.
Situationship with one of my exes. Last week I was so broke that instead of getting an Uber to the airport, I had a random guy from Hinge drive me.
What are you doing?
And this year I have had chlamydia twice. So far.
Find a man who I truly believe would be willing to put his life on pause for 9 months and be willing to obviously he's not going to do it, but like if he would be willing to make that sacrifice of putting his life on pause for 9 months, letting his whole body change and absolutely going through it, then I will consider being pregnant for that man. But I don't think none of the guys I know, if I've dated, or none of my male friends, would be willing to put their life on pause for
Not gonna happen. No, not gonna happen.
She's never gonna have kids.
Exactly.
She wants a man to become a woman. Now, I understand you say a guy, say he's in shape, gets out of shape, no different, but become a woman.
life on pause for 9 months and be willing to gain weight, change their whole face, let their insides get mashed up, and then basically rip themselves open to birth something. They wouldn't do that. So why me as a wife do I have to do that if you're not going to do that for me? I said yesterday to my friends, I'll do a surrogate, which is obviously, it'll still be my DNA. It's still going to be my husband's thingy. Then they started saying, they were like, oh, like, there's not going to be a connection to a baby because you've not carried it. And I was like, I don't think you lots are hearing me. If I'm feeling the way I'm feeling, if I am now forced to carry a child for 9 months, I'm going to despise it by the time it's born.
Are you sure about that?
Like, it's not going to be that I'm not going to connect to it. It's going to be that I'm going to be pissed off at it. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be born and I'm going to look at my stomach and be like, you like,
just a pain.
Man, she's so cold. You know what she doesn't realize? You have a baby in you. You go through all those emotions. I've seen it firsthand. You go through all those emotions and you get attached. You're not going to want to rip the baby from you until it's outside of you and it's crying all night. That's when you want to rip the baby's head off. And maybe you get a little bit of postpartum, right? But the connection, you want that.
Playing devil's advocate, but what if that will change your mindset when it does happen? Let's say after 9 months, you're like, okay, cool.
do you know what? When I fall in love, I guarantee you my mindset would change. Because when I was in love, when I was in that really long relationship, when I was in love, the only thing I could think of was like, I want to have mini-me's. I want to have this man's children. That's what I thought of. Like, I thought pregnancy was beautiful. I think ever since I've fallen out of love, I've been able to take a more logical outlook on it. But I know what love does to me, and I'll just be like, oh my God, I want to have your kids. Put your children inside of me. Like, so love, like being actually truly in love might really change my perspective. But even then, I don't think.
What? The way you're talking is not logical at all. When you were in love, it's like you logic came, right? But it was love, but that was your natural state of being. Backwards.
I really feel for the men. Guys who have so much, they're working so hard, they're trying to prove themselves because society makes them. And to have this girl come here and just completely belittle you on the internet. These are good men out there.
Absolutely.
It's not about the dollar sign, it's about the intention. If a guy takes me to McDonald's, amazing. I love McDonald's. Like, what's wrong with that?
When she said I love McDonald's, you seen Pearl almost bust out laughing. But because I did. And I seen she had to hold it. But this girl was serious. She's a keeper. She acts nothing like a modern woman, but she's in the West. There should be more like that. Guys wish they were more like that. If they were more like that, guys wouldn't leave. There would be no pass for bros. We could literally say, we can just go here and find them. Because it's just in plenty.
It's the intention, it's the fact that he made a point that, hey, I've got this.
He ain't lying.
That's the point. It's not about how much it is. It's about the fact that someone went out of their way and they wanted to do a wonderful gesture for you. That's the point.
It sure is. And you know what? There should be more women like her. There are. They're not in the U.S. But you know what she'd be called? A pick-me. Oh, you accept anything. And it's not right. She's a regular old girl. And that's what guys want. Regular women want love, not material. That's all we ask.
So the boyfriend never knew about the situation. She never brought it up, never got caught up. But 4 years down the road, their relationship started getting a little rocky. The young lady says, I'm done with you. I'm finna put you on child support.
10 grand in child support payments.
So the dude, just like, he don't really care about it or whatever. So he like, yeah, put me on child support. I can care less. Now, mind you, this dude is a good dude. Like, he a real good dude. So now she's trying to put him on child support. He got his lawyer involved, and he thought he was getting his lawyer involved to the payments lesser. So his lawyer told him, we gonna do a DNA test. It was like, nah, I know this is my daughter. I don't need to take no DNA test.
All right, so now in some states, I know a lot of you guys know, a DNA test kind of does away with the whole child support. But let me let him finish.
The lawyer was like, listen, I know you say this is your daughter, but this is what we gonna do. We gonna do a DNA test first. So he think he doing this just to satisfy his lawyer. He like, all right, man, it is what it is. Just give me the DNA test. After he took the DNA test, a couple of days go by, his lawyer called him and said, hey, you want to stop by my office real quick? Now he going to the office and he finna get some really great news. Like, yay, this your daughter? And two, this is what the payments is gonna be like. To the office, he sits down, the lawyer gives him the paper and said, can you read that out to me? He's looking at the paper like he's confused, so she said, yes, you are not the father.
Mr. G, you are not the father.
So he tells her, are you sure? Are you positive? Like, this can't be real. The lawyer looks at him and says, yes, this is not your child. Now, this the crazy part of the story. This man could not take the pain of that child not being his. I am not going to be there for the child. Now, the mother of the child and her family was trying to make him feel bad for not wanting to be there. That is not his. I'm going to be totally honest with y'all. I told this young man, I definitely feel your pain, bro. I wouldn't even be there for that child. Why, you ask? Because one, you betrayed me to bring life into this world. So I can't respect it. And on top of that, I care for this child. I love this child. I believe that this child was mine. Built a bond with this child, right? And I had to suffer when I found out the baby was not mine. So you should definitely suffer with trying to find who the father is.
Nice attitude.
Because a lot of people think the man is wrong for walking away when it's actually the woman was wrong for having a child on the man. Now, I know it's a lot of women that's going to be in the comments that's going to disagree. And I truly respect your opinion. But the feeling of being cheated on and then a baby coming out of that situation, that's going to hurt anybody. You know what? Let me know what y'all think in the comments. And definitely follow for more content like this.
I agree, bro. I would not be okay with that. I would not be around that kid either. Right? Even if I built a bond, I would feel betrayed. Now, this is the thing, right? I remember when my son's mother, he was in her stomach, right? I remember when he came out, I don't know if anybody's ever seen my son. He was on my YouTube channel, right? A Black Filipino. Now, you see my son, he's a splitting image of me. Now, I remember seeing him in the hospital. I seen that boy's face. You know what I heard in my head? I seen his face. I heard, Maury, you are the father.
You are the father. You are the father. You are the father.
Man, that boy looked just like me as I was a baby. And you know what's wild? That guy in this story, baby came out, he didn't see any of his features, right? Some guys know. You know when it's your kids sometimes about the features. And I guess my genes were so strong. My son looks exactly like me. He looks so much like me that when he see my baby picture, I said, JJ, look at the baby picture. I said, JJ, look at my baby picture. He said, that's not, he was young. He said, that's not you. That's JJ. He always spoke of his name in third person. That's not you. That's JJ. And man, I was so happy, but that's the feeling men want, right? When they have a kid. He had that feeling But he didn't care because he figured I don't need to get to man. It's wild. But this is what happens with guys, and guys don't want to deal with that. But it will continue to happen. But now laws are changing, and guys will find out now and won't have to pay child support. Then it's gonna be backfired, and women have to pay. If they do pay, it's wild. But things are getting better because I think the system even realized it's more to life. You're paying guys through that.